Merry Christmas, everybody. I decided that this week I wanted to share with you guys my devotional and the things that I'm personally working through. So hang with me until the end of the video, and I will share with you what I'm reading, what the questions are that I'm working through, and just what I'm doing in my personal study time. So hang with me all the way to the end and check it out. Well, hello, Cedarville team. Guys, it's Christmas time, and I'm so excited about that. I thought it might be fun if I kick it off with some Christmas music, show you my Christmas tree, and really just kind of wrap our brains around it, kind of mentally prepare for it, and just have a little fun with it. So I'm gonna pause that, and then. Guys, this coming weekend, December 17th and 18th, I'm so excited about. This weekend's bright idea is God hears our prayers. So we're going to be looking over the story of Hannah. If you have not read that or haven't maybe read it in a while, I really want to encourage you to join me in reading through that story. It is found in 1 Samuel chapter 1. So go ahead and read that story, familiarize yourself with it. Sometimes I love to put myself in the places of the characters and just think of, man, what was their perspective? What did they think? How are they feeling? Which also helps us kind of come into it with the story soft and fresh in our heart, and then our minds kind of prepared for potential questions that can come. So I would love it if you would join me in reading through that this week if you have just a couple minutes during your devotional time. We are in the series Surprised by God, and so we have this newer memory verse that we're working through, and so it is found in Titus 3, 4, and 5a. For elementary and preschool, it looks a little different. Preschool is a little bit shorter than elementary. So let me give you the elementary, and then let me give you the preschool, so that way you guys can go over it a couple times and know it well. When God himself revealed his kindness and love, he saved us, not because of the righteous things we had done, but because of his mercy. Feel free to go over that a couple times and really know those motions and the memory verse when you come in. So that way, when we teach our kids, when we teach it to them, you feel totally comfortable leading that. If you are in preschool, it starts at the He saved us. So let me show you what that is. He saved us, not because of the righteous things we had done, but because of his mercy. So go ahead and go over those motions a couple times. So again, you can feel totally comfortable leading that in the group portion this weekend. This weekend, we are in the third, I believe, week of the Snowball Games, which is Christmas-themed games as we are gearing up and preparing for Christmas. This weekend, elementary and preschool are again playing the same games, which makes it really fun, and it is called the Cup Stacking Christmas Tree. So we're going to be getting green cups, and as you can guess, we're going to stack them in different layers to make a Christmas tree. The cups are going to be green, and you're going to have 1 minute to accomplish the tallest tree that your group can make together. I'm really excited to see how this one's gonna go. Gonna work. Last weekend, when we did the reindeer antlers, it was hilarious. It was the funniest game I've ever seen. So I'm really excited to see how this one goes and how the kids work together and really kind of bond through that. And then let's talk all things Christmas, because it's next weekend. Can you believe that? The time has gone so quick. So Christmas signups for us are online. The official kickoff of that was the past weekend, the 10th and 11th. So be thinking and looking at your calendar of when you can serve, and then I'm going to be sending the links out and having it available this weekend for those of you that have not had the opportunity to sign up yet. And if oh my gosh, my words, woo! Make sure that you sign up, because it really is the most magical time to serve. I don't know what it is about Christmas. I'm sure that it has everything to do with the kids being dressed up, or the lights, or the phenomenal Christmas service that we have coming up. There is something so just heartwarming and just so almost magical about serving during Christmas. It's my favorite time. It's my favorite time. ever to serve. So be looking at your calendars and make sure that when you sign up that you all of the services and all of the rooms are all listed. So sign up for whatever one's best fit and the ones that you guys want to be a part of. So during Christmas services, some of our volunteers serve multiple services, and as you can imagine, you might get a little hungry. So what we love to do is we love to bring in food, so that way, in between services, our volunteers can eat and be fed, and we don't have any hangries. I don't know how many of you get hangry, but I do. And so what we love to do is bring in some food, and so that way everyone can eat. So if that's something that is interesting to you, come and tell me. I know I have at least a couple people that are interested in bringing in food, and I will give you the details on, how many, what service, what room it's going to go to, and things like that. But if that's something that interests you, please shoot me an email or come talk to me or Debbie this weekend. And then, so we are not going to have any self check-in for our volunteers for Christmas services. Reason being, we have to check you in under a different, everyone's going under a room sub. So if you are volunteering for Christmas, please do not check yourself in at the self check-in. You'll have to come to the assisted check-in, and we have to check you in room sub. Speaking of that, Christmas services, the times are a little different. They are 2 hours apart. And so with that, we are going to have our Christmas huddles 45 minutes before the start of the service. Typically ours is 30, but for Christmas it's 45 minutes. The reason being, that way our doors can be open and the families can come in, drop their kids off, and go find a seat before the start of the service. With Christmas, we tend to see an uptick in attendance, and so we bump back our huddles to just really allow it to be like the best experience for our families and for new people coming and things like that. If you have any questions regarding anything about Christmas, please come and see me or Debbie or Shauna, and we would love to answer those questions. Feel free to email us. We are really excited for it this year. The win for the weekend. So our win for this weekend is connection. It's connecting with the kids. It is connecting with the families. And what does that look like? Well, it might look like knowing every kid in your group's name. If you have that, it might look like knowing every age or every grade of your kid in your group. It might look like knowing what schools they all go to, different things. The more information that we learn about them, the better that connection gets. And then the more we can speak into their lives and partner with them and really know where these kids are at spiritually. And same things for parents. If you don't know a parent's name, just be like, hi, I'm so-and-so, and I would love to know your name. They love telling us their names. And it helps us be able to say, hey, Sam, how are you? Which just is such a personal way just to say, you matter to us. So the win for the weekend is connecting with the kids, connecting with the families, just connection. That is our focus and our win for the weekend. I'm just reading my notes to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, so every week I love to ask you guys to join me in praying for something. And so for this week, I would love it if you would join me in praying for our Christmas series. Ben is a phenomenal speaker. So pray for Ben, pray for the invites going out, pray for the Christmas services. But then there's something else that I would love to have you guys pray with me. I've been praying this for myself and for my family, and it's kind of, it's been real eye-opening, and I just want to invite you guys into it because it's really cool. So something that I've been praying that I want you to join me in is just being available and being open to God's surprises. Ben's been talking about being surprised by God and finding surprises in waiting. So I would love it if you would just pray that your heart and that you would be open and available to surprises of God. Who knows what He can do this Christmas, but I'm really excited to hear your stories. And then finally, something that I want to share with you guys. I am working through a devotional myself, and I just want to share it with y'all in case you want to join me in on it, and then we could have some talks about it or whatever. So I have been reading through the story of Christmas. I read through Matthew, and I am going to be looking into Luke, and then I was kind of reading through it a little bit this morning, and just something caught my attention that I wanted to share with you guys. So the devotion piece, the whole story in Luke, is Luke chapter 2, verses 1 through 24. And it's the Christmas story. But something that I want to draw your attention to is in just before that story starts in Luke 1, and I'm just looking it up on here. Luke 1 verses 46 through 48. It has to do with Mary's heart, and I just really loved it. So let me get there really fast. Um, Luke 1 verses 46 through 48. Okay. So this is already after Gabriel has come and talked with Mary. And so she went and visited Elizabeth. And this is her response. This is her response. Mary responded, "Oh, how my soul praises the Lord, how my spirit rejoices in God my Savior. For he took notice of his lowly servant girl, and from now on all generations will call me blessed." Last week I shared a devotional called Our Savior is Born on Right Now Media, and I was watching the first video, and he said, does God ever ask you to do something that doesn't make sense to you? I don't know about you guys, but I've had a couple times in my life where God asked me to do something, and I'm like, but God, it doesn't make sense. And like I forget the gentleman's name in it, but he said like no one had a crazier request than Mary. And I love that even to something that made zero sense to her, that was her response. I don't know about you guys, but that's not my natural inclination. When something doesn't make sense, I'm like, am I hearing you right? Like this just, I don't know, am I making this up? But her response was, how my soul praises the Lord. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's a really cool response, especially during Christmas when we can be surprised or when something doesn't make sense and we're trying to figure it out. If we could just settle ourselves in praising the Lord and praising God, who is sovereign and authoritative over all, like just trusting him and just saying, I praise you, Jesus. I praise you no matter what. I just think that'd be really cool. Guys, I'm so excited to see you this weekend, and have a great one. I'll see you on Saturday or Sunday.